Hello footies, welcome along to your tri-weekly dose of FIFA Ultimate Team podcasting goodness. We are Foot in Review, powered by footcoaching.com. My name is Dan Wimbush and welcome to the start of Premier League. Team of the season, it's one of the most looked forward to days in the FIFA calendar. We're going to get into all the highs and lows from the release team, the SBCs and objectives that have come along with it. Plus, we've got the extra spice of Tots tokens. Yes, the token system has made a return as well. So we're running through some of the big options and what we may be considering. All that and much, much more over the next 45 minutes or so. Before I introduce my two co-hosts for the evening, a big thank you to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/foot in review. Those are the people that go the extra mile to support us financially. Not only does it give us a nice little morale boost and a sign of appreciation, helps us buy things to power this show. The very microphone I'm speaking into right now was paid for by your generosity. So head over to patreon.com/foot in review. And of course, as well as that, you get stuff in return, whether that is coaching discounts from the great team over at Foot Coaching, to merchandise, to free masterclasses, discounted masterclasses, and much, much more. Tiers start from just $1, €1, £1, whatever your denomination is, per week. So head on over there for more. And a big thank you to Amma, Reese, and Daniel, who are our Skybox owners. That is the top tier of support. We give you a big extra thumbs up for your support. So thank you, gents. Right. Joining me for this odyssey into Premier League Team of the Season, first of all, he is Mr. FIFA Database. He is the Foot Gaffer, King of the North, the man currently playing squad battles as we record this. It is Ingve. Ingve, good evening to you.
Good evening, Dan. Yeah, I'm desperate for some packs, so I need to grind the squad battles for icon swaps. So hopefully I could pack my first Team of Season card. That would be nice.
I don't know whether it says more about your excellent skills as a podcaster or the absolute ease of squad battles these days that you can do two at once, but we'll go for a little bit of both. And joining us, currently not playing squad battles, but for those of us watching on the YouTube version, you'll see him in his lovely Foot in Review cap. It is the Foot teddy bear. It is Grandpapa Mac. It is Chris. Chris, great to have you on, buddy.
Thank you, mate. It's good to be back. And all I can say is, Sevilla, we're on our way.
Yeah, but are you going to get to play Luton tomorrow afternoon in a meaningless championship? Well, actually, not meaningless for Luton. You know,
No, we've not got that. We've not got that luck. Where is Luton in the league? Are they having to fight promotion?
Top six.
Top six. That's right. I know they're doing really well, aren't they?
Yeah. We get to play spoilers, but we'll talk about the EFL when the EFL Team of the Season comes out, because plenty to get into on Premier League Team of the Season. And don't you worry, we'll have our moments for Rangers and Liverpool love a bit later on as well. But I'm sure people are tuning in for our thoughts on that Premier League Team of the Season. As I mentioned, it is one of the big days, big nights in the FIFA calendar, kind of along with Team of the Year and obviously launch day and launch week as well. Ingve, it's a massively hyped up team, and I think it's safe to say on the early, when you first view this team, EA have delivered a banger with this team.
Yes, there are a lot of very, very nice players that I think I should be able to fit into my team. Then there's not many crap cards, if I can maybe put that word on it. I think there's maybe one player that I don't think would be very usable for me, and that's unfortunately Rodri. The rest looks more than usable in every position, and I'm very interested in a certain goalkeeper with some very quick feet, how he plays in game.
Yeah, talk us through that. You mentioned that in the pre-show. What stands out about Mr. Allison?
Well, I have never ever seen a goalkeeper on foot, at least that I can remember, that's had 91 speed or pace. So I'm pretty sure he would be an excellent sweeper keeper at least. So just keep him outside of the box, and he'll save most of it. His acceleration is 97 and 82 sprint speed, and that's insane for a goalkeeper. And his non-inform card was really good already, I think. Every time I faced him, he's been excellent. still if I face him now these days, and he has the rushes out of goal trait as well and long throw trait. So 90 kicking as well. So yeah, he can start the attacks just from kicking the ball out as well if you want to counter. So and throw the ball. So in theory, this is one of the best goalkeepers I've seen on the game. But if he plays like that in game, that's yet to be seen, though.
I
But
love.
he's
I was going to say,
yeah,
I love the positivity here because most people, when they get the team of the season goalkeeper, are, abject. They feel trolled. But I love the positivity here. And Chris as well. If you did pick up Allison, if they ever re-release Goalie Wars, those game
yeah.
objective modes when you needed to play 11 goalkeepers,
Well, he's
Allison's your flying winger.
Oh,
yeah,
it's amazing. A great. I mean, it just depends how he plays in games. I think he once had a team of the season, and I think that was a really bad card. But yeah,
yeah.
it looks. I think it's probably one position in this team where you could say a lot of goalkeepers could maybe make it. I'm not so sure Allison's had a great season simply because he plays behind such a great defence, But that's a great card, that one, and a good price as well.
Did you? Well, he's had the most 1v1 saves at least in the Premier League this season. So I wouldn't say that he's had a bad season.
Yeah.
He's been insane for Liverpool. Just before Christmas and until now, he's been insanely good. And he has he has the most clean sheets in the Premier League as well, 20 clean sheets. So I think he deserved the team of the season card. To be honest.
I mean, I have to say, I'm as confused as a Man City fan was on Wednesday night. So I'm glad to be on with you two guys because there's so much content now. I mean, you look at this team. I mean, even the Jotter card at 5-star weak foot centre forward looks a great card. And I was going to just quickly ask because I mean, it's a card that might not get a lot of hype. Is the 94 Bernardo Silva? I mean, that looks a great card as well for not a particularly expensive card either.
Yeah, he looks really good, and he can play wide as well. Probably right mid, left with right winger, left winger, central mid, cam, center forward. 96 composure as well. So I would probably play striker as well. High work rates with 99 stamina. So I think that should be a really good card. And very cheap at the moment as well.
Yeah, and the other card I was going to ask, and whether he deserves actually to be in, is Bruno Fernandes, or Bruno Fernandes is called in game. Is he somebody who's once been in the game, in the team? Sorry.
And he shouldn't be in the team, you mean?
Yeah, I just wonder if he shouldn't be in the team. I've not he's had a particularly good season. I know, man, you haven't had a very good season, but
I think he has quite a lot of assists, actually, even though we kind of probably don't notice it. But from what I've read, he's had a quite good season in that perspective. But every match I've seen him lately, he's been probably complaining about his teammates more than he's been doing good stuff on the pitch. So if you based on the last few matches, maybe not. But stats-wise, he should be in the team from what I've seen, though. Even though I think there could have been a certain Brazilian from Liverpool, non-biased, before him.
Look, we could have put the entire Liverpool and Manchester City teams in, couldn't we, based on form?
Yeah.
And I think Bruno, I think I agree with both of you. Solid points. Ingve, I think his numbers do support his inclusion. I think a lot of those were generated early in the season, though. I think the problem a lot of people have with this card is the fact that, Bruno and Manchester United have been pretty terrible post-Christmas. But look, we see this in Team of the Season time and time again. We've had this discussion for as long as this podcast has been going. EA will always lean towards, and the public that will voting as well, because don't forget there was a public vote element to this as well. I mean, we don't know the results of that, but people always gravitate towards cards that are better in foot. And as much as, someone like a Ben Rama might deserve it more, it's going to be Bruno.
Jared Bowen as well.
Any of those players, are equally deserving. But Bruno is a superstar player and people want him in their team. He's a Manchester United. Manchester United have more fans, more votes. And that's just the way it goes. I mean, we saw this with Liga and Tots last season. We had this same argument with Neymar, didn't we? Neymar's actual output in Liga, and while he played, was decent, but overall, compared to a lot of players, just especially when we're talking about these 15-man squads now, it's not even a 23-man squad anymore. Just doesn't kind of warrant it. But I think the fact that you guys have both been able to rattle off several names immediately without even talking about the real heavy hitter big guns just shows the depth in this. And for as much as there was a lot of kind of angst, and I think people not entirely happy with the way EA have done rewards, when you actually look at this first major team we've had, Chris, I think this makes suddenly that whole you get, for 11 wins, you see 6 of these Premier League Team of the Season cards. Suddenly that makes it really exciting.
Oh, I mean, this is the team that we've been waiting for, and sometimes you can with the Prem, you've got all the hype, and then you open up and there's, it's like having a Ferrari with a small engine in it. It just doesn't work. No, this is the full Bruno. This is a Formula One team. This one, I'm just thinking this is actually a team. If you were to build a complete Tots team from this one, if you've got the coins, I think that team would be really hard to beat. There's not one weakness in this whole team. You play a 4-4-2, you're well covered. You'd probably have to play with just one striker because that Ronaldo card, again, and I'm not going to steal Ingve's thunder because I'm sure he's desperate to talk about him, but he's actually got his wish now with Salah, hasn't he, with that 4-star weak foot?
Yeah, that's. I was kind of hoping that he might get 5-star skill moves because I think he does more skills than what Mani does. And Mani got the 5-star skill moves now. So, but 4-star weak foot is a really good addition to that Salah card. I think he needed it as well because that weak foot his other cards have been very inconsistent. I've used most of them in drafts, and the weak foot has been very annoying. And the rest worked so well, but if you got it on a weak foot, boom, miss. But could be very interesting now with a 4-star weak foot.
And Salah is one of these cards that, how many cards in this game can be boosted to 99.99 pace? But for whatever reason, whether it's body type, whatever, secret source, whatever you want to call it, Salah is rapid. Absolutely rapid. And as John was talking about on Wednesday's show, this is a card where the pace is there. You don't even have to touch it. You can focus on the physicality or, tightening up the shooting or the passing, which is great to see. I think one of the things that stands out for me, Ingve, when I look through this team, and we're recording this at around about 8 o'clock, so 2 hours after the team's been released, is the prices of these cards. I'm looking at a Bruno Fernandes for less than $250,000 coins. This is Xbox prices, bear in mind. De Bruyne is under $1 million already. Bernardo Silva's 350k. Ruben Dias 300k. Van Dijk is under $1 million. Alisson's 145k, which is almost fodder price already. Cancelo's under $1 million. It's only Mane, Ronaldo, and Salah that are really going to break the bank. Even Son is creeping towards $1 million. I think that from the casual point of view, I think this is great how accessible these cards are.
Yeah, I like the prices as well. That Trent Alexander-Arnold card is under 300k as well, it seems. So I was quite surprised to see that, but happy. So I might try to pick him up later. If you've already done the Joe Gomez SBC, then you have the perfect link set as well. So that's an option as well. And Cancelo card looks really good as well. It's better than the Team of the Year one. With the 5-star weak foot as well on this, I would kind of thinking that he would get 4-star weak foot, the same as his other cards have, except for the Team of the Year. But he got a 5-star weak foot as well, so he can play pretty much all over the pitch, and under $1 million it's as well. So.
Can I ask you, Envy, am I wrong in thinking that this was one of the few Tots cards that's better than the Team of the Year card? I thought always the Team of the Year card was the maximum the player would get.
No, that we've had several years where
Right.
the Team of the Season cards are better than the Team of the Year.
Right, okay.
So it's happened before.
Right.
So
do you think that's fair, or do you think it's not what it should be? Team of the Year is like the Premier team.
my opinion has always been that the icons and Team of the Year cards should be the best cards in the game, at least until the summer. But it's not been the case, unfortunately. But it is what it is. If these were quite a bit worse than the Team of the Year cards, of course it wouldn't be that attractive to grind and open packs and stuff to get those players. People want better players all the time, which is fair enough. So yeah,
One
It's
of the
just kind of a feature.
one of the cards that always intrigues me, Chris, is Kevin De Bruyne, because
Yeah.
he is one of the very best players in the Premier League. But his cards, whilst always being expensive, always feel kind of hit and miss for me. Now, this team, you're talking about the differences between the team of the year and the team of the season. This Kevin De Bruyne card has been given 2 additional pace at the expense of 4 defensive. He's got better dribbling as well, kind of the main talking points. But, you're talking about a card who is 99 in vision, crossing, short passing, long passing, and 94 in curve straight off the bat, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And now he's got the 88 acceleration, 88 sprint speed to go with it. Yes, you lose a bit defensively, but suddenly if you do put a shadow on this guy, is this card that deserves a bit more respect, Chris?
I mean, he is one of the best players in the world. I mean, I think any team would love to have him. I suppose the community decide how good a card is, isn't they? I mean, is it the body type? Do you think he's quite stocky?
Yeah.
Is that potentially what goes against them? In this game we need agility, but if people are playing, drop back, etc., with that vision, etc., he's going to find his way through, and he's shooting. You could easily boost that. It's a card I think that you'd really need to try and game, but it just doesn't seem, as you say, get the love from the community. He's high, so he'll be all over the pitch. 5'11", 70 kilos. It sometimes feels a little bit clunky. I'm just trying to see what his balance is, to see if that can maybe help me a little bit.
Enough. I think it's the unique body type. I don't know. There's a few players with unique body type that feels really strange in game, and he's one of those cards, I think.
95 dribbling, 91 agility. It's 90
should
balance.
Be enough.
Yeah, aye.
And the height as well. It's perfect height for a kind of quick, agile type of player. But I don't know. He feels a little bit like he's foot-wise. He would kind of look like and feel like a Yaya Toure type of player in game, which is not how he is in real life. That's why he feels so strange, I think, and has always been like that. I don't know. He feels taller than he is in game. So that's why it's such a strange card. I haven't tried, of course, the Team of the Year card, but would be interested to try this one as well, of course.
Yeah, he is a player who naturally has a health bar above his head when he plays in real life game. The redder his face goes, the tireder he gets, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of cards that maybe not getting as much respect from the market right now, Diego Jotter, and again, I know you've kind of touched on it, Ingve, but again, 430k. Now, this guy has got 98 acceleration, and we all know how much acceleration plays a key part in the game this year to go along with 91 sprint speed, so that's fantastic. Shooting, 93 finishing, 93 shot power, positioning is 94, composure is 92 as well. Now, and this is a guy with a 5-star weak foot. Ordinarily, you'd be looking at a striker like this, that's up there with, the likes of Eusebio, a Prime Eusebio, for example. Yet this card, again, is going for a really linkable central card, is going for 430k. I know it's going to pain you to do so, but what is wrong with this card for it to be so cheap?
That's a good question, actually. I've used the Adidas Numbers Up card after, the last upgrades, even before he hit 99 pace, and it was insanely quick and very good finishing, very fun card to use. And this could have had a little bit higher sprint speed when you compare it to the Numbers Up one, but I don't think it's game breaking at all. And his high work rates. He can play wide, he can play striker, cam, center forward, and if I was gonna say something, maybe long passing and short passing could have been a little bit higher. But if you use him as a striker, that's not that important. And if you use him wide, then of course crossing is 82. You can boost it, but I still wish it could have been higher for that. But I think it reflects how he's been playing for Liverpool. He hasn't been having lots of assists and crosses and like that. He's just been like fox in the box type of player, and I think this card reflects that type of player he is actually.
I was going to just say, Ingve, I think it's his rating. I think it's his ratings, but I think people are going to may potentially catch on to this card because if you put a marksman on him, he goes to a 95 rated striker, finishing, shot power, everything. Reactions 98, ball control 99. The thing that really surprised me when I looked at his aggression at 94. I think you've got a Jamie Vardy type card there. An absolute pest. So if the defender does, you won't body him off because he's got 90 strength and 95 jumping at 5'10". So I think what you've got there is a player who you may find that the centre back wins the ball, but he's straight on them and wins it back. And I think people might catch on with that. So if people have got the coins, it's maybe you're having a wee quick and you're happy to invest in a Prem player, he might be the one that's on there that's a surprise.
Yeah, I suppose looking a bit deeper, no traits will hurt him a little bit. In terms of obviously no finesse, no outside the boot shot trait. But again, that 5-star weak foot just makes up for a lot. And some people, I guess, don't like high in their strikers. They're kind of concerned about them, being caught too far back towards your goal. But again, as a cam, I suppose the passing might hold him back. But again, the main thing I'm taking away from this is the absolute ridiculous value you've got. And if you've somehow managed to hold on to a decent amount of coins this year, if you're lucky enough to have 1.5-2 million coins sitting around, you can have a really fun time with this team. Which is a quote that can easily be taken out of context if clipped up. So I'm going to move on. Anybody else to flag up on this team before we go, Chris? I mean, I don't think much needs saying about the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Heung-min Son. I mean, we all know the greatness that those cards are in this game. But anybody else that you wanted to touch
I was
on?
going to quickly ask, Ingve, for fear of being kicked off the pod, I'll say it quietly. I've actually packed Mane and Son, one after the other. Untradeable, I hasten to add. But so I've now got two
What's
left
that?
wingers.
We've lost Chris. No, I can't hear him. Oh, someone's phoned his landline and kicked him off the internet. For those of you born before 2000 or so that remember
How we used to that dial up. Which one would you pick? Because I think that's at the moment Mane's he's extinct on the PlayStation and 2.5 million on the Xbox, and Son's 1.2 million. Which so I know you've got probably a Liverpool hat on. I can't see you at the moment, but which player would you pick?
Well, if I'm completely honest, I've used both of the highest rated cards for both Son and Mane in draft, and I liked Mane much better wide. Son was a little bit better as a striker because he felt a little bit stronger. But now, after this upgrade on Mane, I think he would be better both wide and as a striker, because Mane's weak foot didn't feel as a force. I felt more like a 5-star when I used him. And Son's weak foot didn't feel like a 5-star for me, at least. And Mane feels much more responsive. Son is more heavy, and if the gameplay is a little bit bad, then Son is quite bad, but Mane still managed to run circles around players. And this is a unique body type that works really well on that Mane card. He's 5'9" as well. Just felt insanely rapid and responsive, and so good on the ball and shooting wise as well. Very good shooting both inside outside the box. So and now he's got 84 strength as well. So if you boost the strength a little bit more as well, I think he could be very interesting, maybe with a sniper, and you would have 99 shot power, 99 long shots, 89 strength and 99 aggression, with 99 jumping and 99 heading accuracy.
I was going to say, I was lucky enough to pack Mane, his first inform red quite early in the cycle, and everything that Ingve said was true about the card. But the one thing that used to let it down, because I did play him up front, was that finishing. And he, again, a bit like Jotter, he doesn't have the outside the boot shot trait, which is so effective and deadly this year, nor does he have the finesse shot trait either. He obviously does now have all those boosted stats. The composure's up there, the finishing's up there, the shot power is up there enough, especially if you tweak it with the chemistry style. But again, just as an out-and-out striker, I think this guy is going to be someone that's going to give you a lot of joy as someone as one of your wide cams, but I just still have that nagging feeling if you were relying on this guy to bag in all of your goals, a bit like perhaps Mbappe, where Mbappe's got that annoying trait of just missing that one in 5, 1 in 8, 1 in 10, whatever it is. Why a lot of people shy away from using him directly up front. I think Mane might suffer this same fate.
All depends on where you're going to use him. Then, if you're going, you can put Son as a striker and then Mane wide, and I think he should be good. Should be a way to fit both, I guess. Which is a nice option.
Just watch the game this weekend, Chris, and then make your decision. If Liverpool win, so Mane plays better, you can play him. If Son, that's how anyone should make the decisions. Ingve, anything from you before we just roll on to these Tots tokens?
No, not there's like from Rice card as well looks really good. So there's only the Rodri card that I kind of don't want to pack. I would be happy with any of the other ones, I guess.
Yeah, I think
which is crazy. Normally.
I think I was picking apart Rice. The acceleration sprint speed split isn't ideal. 83 acceleration and 89 sprint speed. Again, acceleration just seems so much more important this year, and I think we're drowning in great DMs and CDMs this year. And a 3-star, got that again. I don't think he's gonna be a terrible player, but I just think you'll be able to pick up better, and that's why he's already at sort of fodder prices. But again, a 92 red card, 100k, 95k even on PS at the moment. Can't go too wrong. So let's move on to Tots spots. We have got an objective player and an SBC. An SBC and 2 objective players to talk about. But just before we get on to those, Ingve, we have had the Tots tokens announced. Now, this was leaked a few days ago. EA have gone back to the tokens. Well, again, I think this is the 4th campaign we've had in this game cycle now. And the basic gist is there will be 25 tokens for you to collect over the next, I think, 3 weeks. And you can redeem them from the 20th of May through to the 27th of May, which, based on the pre-existing release schedule, means that you will be able to redeem them just after the La Liga team is released. So it'll be during La Liga week you can cash these cards in. So unfortunately, there are a few fodder options, and they won't be available for this Prem team of the season. You'll have to wait until Ultimate Tots to try and get your hands on 1 or 2 of them. But again, your overall first impressions, Ingve, of the list you've seen. I mean, I don't think it's worth going. We kind of know what the objectives are. Some of them are in, well, it's Where's Wally, isn't it? Some of them are in SBC, some are in objectives.
One for free as well. So
yeah. And
for
EA
me,
last time completely forgot one for FUT birthday and just ended up giving one to everybody. So
there's always a nice surprise sometimes. It's a nice touch to get it for free, though.
But yeah, I mean, your general thoughts when you saw the list of rewards and what we can be scrapping our way towards.
Well, it's nice. You can get fodder packs, so you can get a guaranteed team of the season from one of the big leagues as well. So, of course, it's a gamble. I think I would go for the packs. I think the 84 times 20 looks really nice. I don't think I'm going to go for the max and 22 and get Figo. I don't think he's worth that many tokens. And the other icon player, oh, I forgot who that was. Who was the other?
Balak 17.
Yeah, that's not my type of player, so that's an easy skip. So I would rather go. I'd probably go for the 4 times 20 and then see what I have left and how I feel.
Yeah, it's an 84 by 25 even, and that will cost you 15 tokens. So giving you 10 tokens free, and with that, those 10 tokens, you could do an ultimate pack and a community tots pack, or an ultimate pack, a rare players pack, and say an Eredivisie. There are lots of combinations to work towards, Chris.
Yeah,
I'm liking the couple that stood out to me for 14 tokens, which generally, even if you're just doing the SBCs, you'll probably pick up 14. That gets you a combined Premier League and Bundesliga tots pick, 1 out of 3. I really like that. Yeah. 19 tokens for the Premier League player pick is also good if you don't need the fodder. Mm-hmm. So those are the kind of 2 that are sticking out to me, or like Ingve, just sort of going for broke again and going for an 84 by 25. Although having just opened all of my swaps, similar packs, and got 4 blues in 70 players combined, 2 of which were the same ones, I will add. I'm a bit bitter towards fodder at the moment.
Well, you've also got the Wimby pack for 3 tokens, which is the EFL Tots player. So you'll certainly be doing that one, won't you, as a EFL fan?
Can't wait to pack Mitrovic.
Well, he's had some season, hasn't
really
he?
good though.
Yeah,
He could be really good if they give him W9 stats. He'd be really good.
come on. We've moved. Look, I tell you what though, how quickly has Veghorst gone out of teams? I'm just saying. I think I faced him twice last weekend league.
I have to say, W9's a good player. Yeah, you can't take away from W9. He is a really good player.
Just saying, he's gone out of fashion. But yeah, sorry, Chris.
I was going to say, I love this. I love the tokens. It adds an element of to the game of like an RPG. And it's, if you're on Twitter, you'll find a lot of guys who'll put stuff up there. Our good friend G is a legend. They'll put tracker up there as well. So there's no reason why you shouldn't, get them fairly easily as well. And I'm sure there will be one pack that you can buy with FIFA points or coins as well. There'll be one of them in there. I really like this idea. It extends the game, and I'm very much a fan of it. And probably do the 84 times 25 because I would like to do the Prime Icon Moments Maldini, which I think you're not far from finishing one. Is that right?
Finished it. That was the one good thing to come out of my packs, is that I managed to grind Maldini for free. So thank you, Bronze Pack Method, and thank you, Icon Swaps.
Congratulations, mate. Hopefully he plays well.
Insane card.
I'm again. It's the whole workman tools and analogy will come up here. But completely agree, Chris. I love just having Some people are saying, well, there's too much to do. But I just think it's not really nice that they're out there. They're not forcing you to do these. If you don't do any of them, you're not going to fall behind. It's not like icon swaps where it's you almost feel like you have to do this. I always think of these as just a little added bonus. And we'll touch on the objective players earlier. That's where 2 of the tokens are already. So again, it kind of gives you a little bit. If you're on the fence about maybe trying to do some of these players, it gives you a sort of all-round extra benefit. So again, full list is out when you log into the game. I'm sure it'll be appearing on social media anyway. So we're not going to go through the entire options, but. Again, great opportunity to get lots of packs. Again, the only things obviously missing from this list are things to do with some of the latter leagues. Because again, you'll have to redeem this by the 27th of May. So that is why there is nothing to do specifically with Liga 1 or Serie A. Serie A being the last team. So again, if you want anything specific from them, and although, Ingve, do you think there's any chance we then get a second swaps token?
What do you mean, a second team of the season round? No, I don't think so. Well, of course it would be interesting, but I don't. Well, if people are gonna have a work and things, then maybe not. I hope, because it's gonna be, well, it's mostly SBCs and things like that. There's not that many on objectives and things, and those objectives are usually players that you would do anyways if you are doing objective players. So it's not that bad. It would be worse if you kind of had to do it and you never do anything like that and only played like rivals, for example. Then of course it would be painful. But now it's okay. But I can't see we getting 25 more on the second round. But team of the season is quite long, so it's a possibility. But I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you mentioned the objective players, so let's roll on to them because there are 2 out based around this Premier League team this season, and 2 big names as well in David De Gea and Bukayo Saka. And again, on the first look of these 2 cards, Ingve, I think there's a lot to like about them. David De Gea is the one you can get through squad battles and offline play, and Bukayo Saka is someone you have to go into the special friendly mode for.
Yeah, the Gea one is quite easy if you haven't done the all the icon swaps, then you can easily combine that with doing the hair. That's what I'm doing. So, of course, there's a few outside of the box goals you need to do, but versus bronze goalkeepers, that is absolutely doable. And the rest is fine. Not very difficult at all to do. So that's easy. At worst, you have a 93 rated fodder, but his other cards have been quite good in game, so he's more than usable. And of course, strong link to Varane, for example.
Yeah.
This may be why they've the Alisson price is quite low compared to the card, because you've got this De Gea that people can pick up for free, and the fact you can do a lot of it in rivals, and because people will be picking up Tots Prem players, there'll be a lot of people have Prem players in their team. So yeah, definitely that looks a really good fun card, that one, and as well as his fact is he's 6'4", so he is a big goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think it's just that outside the box thing that might.
And all the good traits as well for De Gea. All the good goalkeeper traits.
I thought his Player of the Month card was played in goal for me for about 300 games, and I thought he was superb. So I will be unlocking him, and he will compete with Hugo Lloris now for the #1 shirt in the Berkshire
That's a
Blues
good card.
team.
That Lloris is a really good card. Which one is it you've got?
I've got the FUT captains. And I've
Yeah,
really
it's a
liked that
great card. It's a great card, that one.
I'm curious whether the community Tots version is any better, but again, for the sake of 3 points, I don't think I'm going to particularly grind it. So yeah, David De Gea, 8 games it will take you to do. And as Ingve mentioned, lots of ways to combine this. We've got Silver Beasts as well. So if you were someone that during the whole Silver Stars promo did the likes of De Bruyne and Pogba and Welbeck, again, great way to sort of combine 2 or 3 different ways to make packs, and again with icon swaps as well. So that's really nice to see. And Saka, Ingve, this one a bit trickier. You will have to go toe to toe with your fellow man to get this one done.
Yeah, I was looking at Saka in game, and then I saw a 3-star 3-star, but of course that's a visual bug. He has 4-star 4-star now,
Yeah.
and high medium work rates, which is really nice. Left-footed winger, lean body type, which is nice as well. Should be quite good on the ball. The only thing I maybe don't like that much about this card is reactions and composure. They're quite low. 85 reactions and 82 composure.
Yeah, this to me, Chris, screams like a card that you would bring on to cause chaos.
Yeah, he's
late in
an
games.
absolute
Super
yeah.
sub.
He's a super sub. You put a catalyst on him and it boosts his passing, and his pace as well goes to the 99/99s. His card last year, Foot Academy was it, or Future Stars card was brilliant. It was up at 2 million at one point. And I see no reason why this card will be is any less. It's come sort of later in the game, of course, when the power curve's a bit higher. But it's definitely worth doing. 92 unrated English player, Prem. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this card. The only thing is, I say that his strength is 70, but if he's coming on against tired defenders, no, great card.
Yeah, I really like it with an engine. Boost that crossing to 99, the vision to 98, the long passing up to 80. It's just, that long passing is one that's just going to hold him back, and as mentioned, the composure and reactions don't bode well if you want to try and play him through the middle, but I'm sure we'll get some reviews in. Again, a very popular card, and it's free. Again, there's lots of objectives going around. You've got the whole, that Tots milestone to knock off as well, so lots of ways to unlock both cards. I haven't had a chance to log in. Ingve, have you seen the specific mode? The Premier Play mode, or Chris?
Yeah,
yeah.
Premier Play mode. Yeah, you need minimum 7 players from the Premier League, minimum 3 clubs, and maximum 1 loan. So
okay,
should be fine for most, I think. To do that
should be easy to do. That one shouldn't.
Ideal. So 2 cards to go out there, and again, if you are chasing down, you're trying to finish a Cantona, a Vieira, a Maldini, a 91 and a 93 rated card for what will probably take up an hour or 2 of your time, is nothing to be sniffed at all. Especially as well with the enhanced, with De Gea as well. Don't forget we've got the boosted Squad Battles rewards that have now kicked in. So while still mind-numbing to play for most people, including myself, it is literally, I'm not exaggerating this, it is starting to put me to sleep, Squad Battles. My brain just totally switches off, and I find myself doing the whole Churchill nodding dog thing. as I play. One for our British listeners there, Ingve. Just
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the church, I'll link you to the Churchill adverts
Oh
later.
yes, oh yes.
We'll link you later. Cultural phenomenon
Okay.
over here. So yeah, and so now they're giving away Tots packs for elite and above. So a reason for you to maybe log on and put a DVD on and try and stay awake. So that wraps up the objectives. We have had an SBC player though. It is a flashback SBC, and Ingve, walk us through this one. Another Englishman.
Yes, the one and only Dele Alli. Very good stats. I think if you compare him to Bruno and Kevin De Bruyne, I think you would be quite surprised because he's better than Bruno, and he is actually better than Kevin De Bruyne Team of the Year card as well in game stats. He has double 4-star skill moves and a weak foot as well. And yeah, 97 composure,
Yeah,
97 positioning, 94 finishing, 92 shot power, 96 stamina, 90 strength, 84 aggression, 97 vision, 97 short passing, 94 long passing, 91 curve, high medium work rates, unique body type, and he's got the outside foot shot rate, flair, set play specialist. I wasn't very optimistic when I saw that he was going to get a flashback card, but then when I looked at the in-game, it's like, wow, these are really good.
definitely. He's a player probably you'd expect more from in his career, isn't he? Because he was, it's strange. Is it a flashback when he was really good?
Yeah.
Because he's not the greatest of seasons for the last few seasons, hasn't he? He's had a falling out at Spurs and now he's at Everton. I just was going to ask you, maybe you had a chance to look at what chemistry you put on him, because I mean, there's not much wrong with that card, is there? To boost.
No, maybe. Well, there's like kind of no big weaknesses. But if you want to use him maybe central, you would go with Shadow to boost the defensive stats. If not, I think I would have gone with an Angel, because with 92 acceleration, 93 sprint speed, 95 agility, 96 balance, 92 reaction, 97 ball control, 99 dribble, 97 composure, 99 vision, 94 crossing, 99 short passing, 99 long passing, and 99 curve. He should be really good as a cam,
Mm-hmm.
and probably could be used him wide as well as a winger with those stats. But more centrally, I would throw out something to boost his defensive awareness and standing tackles and sliding tackle, maybe a Shadow then. But I don't think I would play him as a defensive player. I would play him more cam type of cam center forward maybe.
Yeah, and I think that is possibly the only thing that is going to it certainly puts me off, is I think the role of an outright cam is something that's not that popular amongst the player base. And Ali, whilst having fantastic stats for that role, still lacks some of the key things. So he doesn't have either 5-star skills or weak foot. Again, the agility and balance, not top tier.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're saying, okay, he can certainly hold his own in this, as a box to box. But then you compare him to, say, a future stars Jude Bellingham, who admittedly is harder to link, especially until Bundesliga team of the season. And to me, Bellingham is still clear of this card.
A different price class as well, though.
Yes, yeah. I mean, he's 2 to 3 times the price. Don't get me wrong, but again, if you were looking for kind of an elite player in that, either as a box to box or as a cam, I just think personally Ali falls short in both categories.
Oh yeah, I agree.
He just kind of falls into that little grey area where he's really nice to have, but actually, when you play him in either role, you'll sit there and go, he'll always look, to me, it's one of those cards that you'll always be looking to upgrade from the second you do it. Similar to, the Eric Bailly centre-back card is a good example that I've got that I did him, and he plays well, but I was always, right from day one, there were enough flaws that I was sat there going, I need to replace this guy, even though the stats kind of suggested that he should be, fine and dandy. There was just something missing, and I just get that nagging suspicion that this Dele Alli card will have the same, Chris.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm just looking at it as you're talking there, and I can't disagree at all. All I'd say is it's got 14 days to go. 20th it finishes, 20th of May. That if you've got loads of fodder and you've maybe not packed that player and you don't want to go and spend the money, then potentially do him. But I agree with you, Wimby. I think you're right. He's a player that I would be surprised we'll see much of come, is it footies, to be honest with you. We might see resurgence of W9, but I don't think we're going to see Dele Alli.
I just don't see EA release. EA aren't. Well, actually, I was about to say EA aren't stupid, but then with some of the mistakes we've seen so far this season, I might have to rethink whether I can say that or not. But on paper, EA are smart, and there is always most of the time with cheap cards, there is a reason that they are cheaper. There's a reason Varane costs you $1 million, and Dele Alli costs you 400k, because there are inbuilt problems and issues with the card that will stop it from challenging the top tier meta. Because it's basic, isn't it? If you released a card for 400k that was as good as, I don't know, 98, 99 Pele, that would crash the rest of the market and has a knock-on effect. So it's, again, very nice card, but I just think that there are some issues with it, and I'd really think whether it's something, especially if you're looking to buy these players for it, whether I'd go and spend 400k, especially, or as mentioned at the top of the show, looking at the way that Bruno Fernandes is already down at 240k as a team of the season card. So a buyer beware on that one. And Ingve, just to round out the content as well, we did have a couple of player of the months today as well.
Davey Clarkson, I know you waited a long time for him.
Maybe not so Clarkson.
Yeah, so I'm just, I don't know, not very usable at the moment. So if you're a big fan of Ajax and him, maybe then you'll do him. But yeah, I'm staying away from that one. We got a player of the month second, actually, for Benzema, which he deserved, of course. And it's going to be very interesting to see his team of the season card, because he's now on 94 rated. And but I still have the flashback card, which is a little bit quicker, but of course a little bit more agile as well. But starting to look very interesting. I remember a certain team of season card of, I think it was last year or the year before, where Benzema was really good.
I think EA's missed a trick there by giving him only 90 penalties though. I think that has
But he
to be
missed
99.
but he missed a few. I think he missed two in one match actually as well.
But
Not many weeks ago.
you maybe give him the Panenka trade.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. That was a really, really good one. But his team of season card should be quite crazy good. He has already got 97 composure, 96 positioning, 96 finishing.
Yeah.
So
possibly the world's best out and out striker, or number 9 is for us British guys.
At the moment, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So he's had a crazy season. So I hope maybe he oversleeps when the final is. So, but in Champions League, but we'll see.
Okay, right. Let's get that out of the way then. Champions League. Gonna win it, Ingve?
I don't know. It can go either way. Liverpool have lost versus Real Madrid before, just a few years ago, but I beat them in the 80s. So, but if you look at the last, 20 years or so, I don't think Real Madrid have lost versus any English teams in the final. So it's going to be a rough one, I think. I hope it's a good match. I'm kind of glad it wasn't City, because Liverpool have faced City so many times already this season. So it's kind of, when they faced Tottenham, it wasn't the same type of buzz for a final.
Well, Well, there's again FIFA implications in this because obviously we have a live road to the final cards. See, Sadio Mane has now got his upgrade to a 96 rated, which is in line with his team of the season. And the road to the final card is coming in at 1.9 million at the moment, with the team of the season coming in at, he's extinct at 2.4 on the PS right now. Given that if you do win, that road to the final card could go up to a 98.
Yeah.
If that were to happen, would you go for the 98 card, or would you go for the that's 4-star, or would you, take a slight decrease in for that 5-star skills?
Well, I'm not very good with 5-star skill moves. I think I would go. I would go with the other one because it's a cam card as well, central card, and gives me more options as well since I have quite a lot of left wingers. So, of course, if you need a left winger, then you go for the 5-star skill ones. But it's a very good card.
And Thiago as well, he's gone up to 93 rated. Albeit, the pace still isn't great with 78 sprint speed, but the acceleration is up to 99.
That looks like a really good card as well. I kind of wish that he hasn't been injured that much. He might have had a team of the season card, but this is pretty much team of the season stats anyways now on that card. So
I was going to say, he's up there. This card, the 3-star weak foot holds him back a little bit, but I would probably take this card over any of the other Prem central midfielders, with the exception of probably De Bruyne.
yeah. I see that Oxley got an upgrade as well, but this time he suddenly got a +1. He didn't get a +1 for the knockout stage win, which I think is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because all the other cards got a +1 for the knockout stage win, even though if they got released later on. But suddenly now he's only 90 rated. I thought he was going to be a 91 rated, so that's very disappointed that he didn't get a +2.
Yeah, you wonder if that is an EA oversight or if that is something deliberately plumbed into these, the later release cards. Aaron Ramsey as well. I'm just having a look now. Yeah, he's only got a +1 as well, Chris, which segues us very nicely into a fantastic night for Rangers and Scottish football in general. It's great to see it sort of bouncing back and reaching a major European final. Try and sum up your emotions last night.
Well, the truth of the matter is people know the Discord, I actually was at the darts last night, but didn't actually watch the darts. I watched the game on my phone. I couldn't actually tell what happened in the darts. It was unbelievable, just amazing. The club's had a real kind of emotional week with the death of their kit man, Jimmy Bell, who was a massive character at the club, and he will be sorely missed. Every player who spoke about him highly, and I think the crowd and the team rode on that emotion. We're losing such an important member of the club. So yeah, it was great. It's just unbelievable. 2008 Manchester's the last time we were there, so there'll be guys going who have never seen the club in a European final, and it's actually a little bit scary because we've beat some big teams, and I'm not sure Eintracht Frankfurt are such a big team, but I think they're a really good team as well. I think they've given Bayern Munich some hard games this season, so it's going to be a great final, and let's hope that the blue side's smiling come the end.
Are you going to go? Are you going to try and get over there?
I have flights, I have accommodation. I just now need to source a ticket.
Here you go. Here you go, Foot in Review listeners.
Yeah, if MD's got a ticket and they're happy to sit beside me at the game, I'd love to go. But it's going to be some event. Celtic went to Seville, and I think they took a massive support as well. So I think it's going to be actually the same when Rangers go. And I think, looking at the scenes last night from Frankfurt, they've got a avid support as well. So it's going to be amazing.
Well, they took, didn't they? They basically took over the new camp.
Yeah.
And they ended up with something like 30,000 tickets because they just bought everybody all the home fan tickets that were going. But yeah, I mean, fantastic, great. Best of luck in the final. Again, Aaron Ramsey going up to a 90. Still think that there's enough lacking in that card to sort of really get it in your team. But if that does go up to a 92, than for the 40k that you spent on the SBC. Very good value. And just to round off the Champions League stuff as well, I picked up a couple of weeks ago, because the card I always wanted to try, Gareth Bale's Road to the Final card. Really pleasantly surprised with it, but had written off the chance of it getting a further upgrade. So to see that go to 93 tonight has made me smile.
I mean, what a card!
It is a criminally underrated card. Look, the balance is notable. He doesn't glide around inside the box like a Neymar, or the guy that I pair him with mid R9, but in the air, fantastic. Amazing left foot as well, and he's quick as well. He's quick enough to sort of get away from defences. Not quite Mbappe quick, but certainly in that top 5% tier card. And I'm really excited to see what this little boost does. And I'm sorry, Ingve, but purely selfishly, I'd love to see that card go to a 95 as well if Real Madrid are to win it all. So one to keep an eye on. It's the card even at 93 is still only hovering around 350k. So if you can somehow link him I definitely think he's worth experimenting and giving a go. As he's found his way into my heart and my team. So I think that wraps up all of the content that we wanted to get to today. Just a couple of quick questions. Again, if you are a member of our Patreon over at patreon.com/FootsInReview, if you join any of our tiers, you get access to our lovely Discord, which not only enables you to listen to this podcast live as it's being recorded, but as mentioned, gets you lots of other goodies. And, the Discord is a very active and great community for all things. It literally covers every aspect of this game and beyond. We've got cookery channels, we've got other video game channels, we've got real football channels, we've got everything. So it's a great group of people, and I very much encourage anyone to get involved. And for the cost of of £1 or euro, whatever it is a week. I know times are tough, but you certainly get rewarded in doing so. But one of the other perks is the ability to submit questions as we record the show. And John, otherwise known as Foot Coaching, never heard of him, has said, question number 1, are packs rigged? And do you think they've got any relation to FIFA point spend? And number 2, is saving packs worth it? I would say no. So, Ingve, you've jumped straight in. What are you saying no to?
Both.
Okay.
Because I know many people that spend lots of money, quite crazy amount of money, and they still don't pack anything good. And, I have first-hand experience by saving packs and never packing anything good. The more packs I have, the worse the pack luck is. So it seems, at least it felt like that lately. So I don't see the need to save lots of, at least not for me. It's not been worth it to just save. Gonna get more annoyed when you're hoping for a good card and you don't get anything at all. So,
Chris, do you think they're rigged?
I was going to say yes, actually, because I've opened 2 packs before my time. One with FIFA points and one I had actually in my club, and the one with FIFA points definitely seemed more juicy.
There we go.
So I would say yes, 100% for that one. And saving packs, well, it's been hard. I have saved some packs, but it's like opening a pack of Jaffa cakes in the morning. You maybe have one, then have another one, me nibble when you open another pack, and then come the end of the night, you've the packet's actually empty. So I've managed to do not too bad. And I just tried. I think for me, I wouldn't save hundreds of packs, because you end up with the same problem that you've got dupes, and then what do you do with the dupes? You then got to build a load of SBCs. So I think 25, 30 is probably the max I would ever go to, keeping them back.
Sage advice. I did the same. I just had my swaps packs and some of the league specific that we got in the warm up. As mentioned, didn't get anything from it. And I was at the point of discarding 83s and 84s, which is never great to do. So especially the more packs you do, the more you end up wasting. So gradual pack openings is what I would suggest. Do I think they're rigged? I've always felt that there is a returning user bonus in play. I think if you go away from the game for a long time, I do think it tends, not always, but it does tend to reward you, especially if you don't even log in I think it counts any activity of, even if you log into the web app. I think if you just go completely cold turkey for a while, it does lure you back in. But look, again, until we see the code, we'll never know. And it's all hearsay and conjecture on that one. So look, we're going to wrap up the show right now. Again, a reminder that if you do want to get better at your game and you're seeing all these, blues that are costing millions of coins and you're thinking, I'm going to load up on the credit card, burn FIFA points, think twice and just consider footcoaching.com. Not only the one-to-one sessions, of which there are a range that John and Aaron and the guys offer, but also the masterclass series, which have been really well received so far. I've attended a couple of them. They are a great group learning exercise for £8, £8.99, or £7.99, sorry, that are absolutely worth it. They've dealt with topics such as shooting, how to deal with pressure, passing and building tactics. Definitely one to consider if you want to take your game to the next level. I said either individual coaching or the masterclasses. Go pick them up. All the details are on footcoaching.com. And again, you get access to cheaper masterclasses, including all of our Patreon members get the first one every month free. And then discounts following that. And depending on what tier you are, you might even get all of them free. Again, full details of that, patreon.com/footinreview. And any questions, just hit us up on social @footinreview or @footcoaching. Right, it's time for us to go delve into the deep, dark, horrible, slimy water that is Premier League Team of the Season Weekend League. Gentlemen, I take it you will both be entering the fray.
Yeah, yep. I would just say to people is, look, if you get 9 wins, you'll get a decent pick. And if you look at Bukayo Saka, and you've got De Gea, there's a lot of good cards out there, so don't stress. I would say the guys gave a great pod there about Weekend League. I would also say is if you come up against some teams, don't worry if they've got great cards, better cards than you. As the saying goes, if you give a monkey a gun, it doesn't make him a marine. So, if you go see come up against some teams, they may just have been lucky. So don't, freak yourself out at the start. Just see how you play, and good luck to everybody who's taking part.
But if you gave a gun to a crocodile, because they are a marine animal. No?
That's a great dad joke. I wish I'd thought of that one, my man.
Anyway, I don't think I can top that. Ingve, anything to add before we go?
I can't add anything to that, I think. Sorry.
Anyway, whenever animals get brought up, it's a good time to end this show. Look, again, have fun. Best of luck to anybody opening packs. Again, what I would just say, look, if you've saved up, a few pounds or euros, whatever, and you want to spend FIFA points, it's your life. Please do it. But please do not just put in point after point after point, chasing the dream. It's, as Chris has said, it's just not worth it. Just have fun. Don't get too stressed. I say that we will all get stressed at some point this weekend, I'm sure. But try to take a deep breath, walk away, and remember that in all likelihood, as John, was saying on Wednesday's show, don't play for rewards. Play for the challenge and the enjoyment, because it's a game, people. It is a game, and we all, myself included, very much have to remember that. Again, a big thank you to everyone on our Patreon. Thanks to everyone who is listening into the show, or if you are watching this over at the Foot in Review YouTube channel. Thank you to everyone who is subscribed there. We're getting closer and closer towards our goal of 100, which gets us our own unique URL, and which in turn helps more people find us. So if you haven't already, do that. That is absolutely free, as is leaving a 5-star review on Spotify or iTunes. Again, check out footcoaching.com. Chris, where can people find you on socials?
You'll find me on our wonderful Discord under Grandpapa Mac, and also on Twitter at Foot and Review Teddy Bear.
And Ingve?
Find me on Twitter at Evgnoni, and they can find me on the EA forums at LittleR95, and of course our great Discord at LittleR95.
Yeah, I'm at Wimby on Twitter and in most other places as well. As mentioned, the show will be back on Monday. Not fully sure whether it's going to be John, myself, or Nathan hosting. It'll be one of our motley crew. It's been great to actually get back to full strength. The squad is all returning to fitness, so that's nice. So we will have a show on Monday. We'll review and recount our weekend league, but weekend league goes on till the middle of the week now. So our Foot Champions finals experiences and much, much more. Until then, gentlemen, one thing left to do. Chris?
We got to drop it.
And Ingve,
Drop it.
we are going to drop it.